A salary is the drug they give you to forget your dreams. Kevin O'Leary. DC Tribe, Josh Thomas. Today I want to talk about you. I want to talk about you, not you, the business owner or entrepreneur. You, the employee. You, the person who works for you. Would you fire you? Would you hire you? Are you employable at all? These are questions you're probably not asking yourself enough. If you have employees, how are you treating them? Do they like you? Do they want to work with you? Are they inspired by you? Do they thrive under your leadership and management? Are you a good manager? Are you a good employee of your company? You must ask yourself these questions on a daily basis, because what I found is, for me personally, and I'm making no accusations of anybody, but for me personally, I'm not sure that I would keep me on if I was working for somebody. I've heard the phrase mentioned many times before that, if you're an entrepreneur, oh, I'm unemployable. Yeah, I can accept that. I'm pretty sure I'm unemployable. I don't think that I could work for anybody else, because I'm pretty sure they would fire me because I said something they didn't like. And I'm not like a super offending type of guy. I speak my mind. I say the things that I think. I say the things that need to be said. Now, would you want an employee like that? I don't know, maybe not. But you really have to think about, what kind of example are you setting for your company as an quote unquote employee of your company? Not as the business owner, but as somebody who actually works there. Do you, replace the coffee when it's out? Do you take out the trash when it needs taking out? Are you setting that example? Are your core values in alignment with what the company is projecting? Do you even have core values? Do you embody those core values? Let's talk about core values, because that has a lot to do with whether you would hire or fire somebody. If you follow core values, then it helps you determine who you bring into your company and who you let go. Because whoever matches your core values, you can probably teach them how to do the job, whatever it is. And whoever doesn't match your core values, it doesn't matter how good they are at the job. They got to go. They don't fit in. They don't match the company culture. But what about you? As a leader, you're in this unique role to where you have the ultimate responsibility to model the correct behavior, to be a model employee. But you also get some free passes because you're the one cutting the checks. So what are your core values? What do you stand for? And are you representing them? I'll tell you mine. And I'll tell you first the story of mine, that I was kind of forced into the core values thing. And I thought, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. And then I started seeing how it was affecting everybody else and how it was impacting people that were implementing it properly. Because you see, the first time that it was introduced to me, it wasn't introduced properly. And so my core values are very simple. Make the time. That's 1. Do the work. That's 2. Own all outcomes. That's 3. Be the difference. That's 4. Those are my core values. And I can tell you, if I have somebody on my staff that does not embody those core values, I'm going to find a way to transition them out. And I can tell you, if I meet somebody on the street, I don't care if I've never seen them in my life, but they show me and they demonstrate to me that they embody those core values, I'm going to find a way to put them in my life. And preferably, I'd like to put them on my payroll if I can. So if you have core values, do you know them by heart? Do your employees know them by heart? Are they holding you accountable for embodying those core values? Do you do things that represent your company well? I can give you another couple of examples here. I am a very disorganized person. I wish that I was better at that, but I'm not. And if my job was to keep everything together and be organized, there's no way I would have that job for longer than a few minutes. In fact, I had an opportunity several years ago. I was working with someone and they said, I just read this book called Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman. And I'm a visionary and I need an integrator. And I think, Josh, you can be my integrator. And I'm like, cool. And so I went and I read the book, Rocket Fuel, and I'm like, okay, what's an integrator? I'm like, yeah, I think I could fit this role. That's probably me. Sounds good. And so we got in there and he's like, all right, you're my integrator. So we started working together. And like 1 week into working together, I was like stressed the hell out. and it was just like piling and piling and piling on. And then he kind of came back to me after about a week and he said, Josh, you're really behind on all this stuff. And I said, yeah, I don't think I'm your integrator, man. And he said, no, you know what? You're not my integrator. You're fired from being my integrator. Now, we still have a very close relationship. We still do work together. But I definitely got fired from that job. Now, if I were my own integrator, I would definitely fire me. Like, I am not the right person for that role. But it brings up another question for you. Are you the right person for your role? And if you're not, how can you fire yourself and replace yourself with someone who is? Because that's the thing. If you would fire yourself, if you objectively could split yourself into like an independent third person, and they walked into the door and they're looking around and they see you and they see what you do for this business, but as an employee, not as the business owner, would they keep you around or would they get rid of you? And you got to be honest about that. And you got to ask yourself that question, gosh, maybe every day. What do your employees think when they walk through the doors? Are they thinking, am I representing this company in a way that's going to shine and so that I can maintain my employment and be proud of it? And it's probably somewhere in the back of their minds if they're good people. Maybe they're not thinking about it every day, but they are thinking about that. And so you should too. And I'm not saying that you should have and adopt the employee mindset either. That's not necessarily true. What is true is you need to understand that even though you have these special perks and privileges, it comes with the responsibility of being a model employee. You are employee number one. No matter how you organize your business, that business centers around you as the owner, as the entrepreneur. And so if you would fire yourself, go ahead and do it. If you look at this objectively and you say, yeah, you know what? I'm not the best person for this role. Give yourself a pink slip. Give yourself a severance package. Take a little, give yourself a little trip, cut yourself a check for a bonus, take a trip. Like, oh, well, that job didn't work out. I'm going to go and clear my mind, go have a couple of drinks at the bar with your buddies and, cuss out your manager, who is you, by the way. Tell him that the owner doesn't know what the hell he's doing, which is you, by the way. And then when you get up the next day, because you have to go to work because you're still the business owner, hire somebody else for that job and find the role that's perfect for you. Find the role that works for you. Find the one that makes the most sense and that embodies your core values and that allows you to represent your company to your employees, to your clients, and to your community. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you did fire yourself, let me know about it. I'd love to hear that in the comments that, you got fired, and tell me what you did about it, and tell me who you replaced yourself with, and tell me how you replaced yourself. You can find me online at Josh Thomas 80 on Instagram. And you can also find me on Facebook. I'm pretty active on there as well because I'm old, apparently. My kid doesn't even use Facebook. I'm like, what? But that, it's kind of like the rotary telephone these days. And then everybody under 30 was just like, what? But yeah, find me on Instagram, Josh Thomas 80. You can also go to thedozone.com for all kinds of interesting tips. You can connect with me directly, and you can check out our Do Zone DNA, which is launching very soon, if it hasn't already, depending on when you're listening to this. That is a personality profile assessment for entrepreneurs, and been working on that kind of in a covert way for the last year, and I think you're going to be really, really excited to take it and to get the results and the benefits from it. So until next time, hey, go do something.